Yeah, he obviously explains that he can throw the discourse better.
To show them how to throw the discus.
I gotta admit it, that loser did a really good job with this one. Pacing's pretty good, used our footage pretty well. Don't know what he did with my audio, but I feel like there are worser movies out there, right? Right? Alright, let's have a look, see. The worst movies of all time. Ah, here we go. Wait. If I'm going to find the worst movie of all time, then I'm gonna have to go deeper.
Yo, what is up everybody? It's your boy Lawrence Roberts. I'm here with my main man Sam, my main man George, and my main man Ben. We're here watching another terrible movie that George has selected. George, what is the film that you have selected for us, buddy?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because you've been asking me for the last 2 bloody weeks. This week, I've decided that I needed to find something that was had more variety. I have scoured the internet to look for something, anything that could have filled the void, and I believe I have found the answer. I tried to make sure I got a good quality image so you could not deny what the heck it is.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
The Donkey King.
Wow. Oh no.
I love that. It just loaded now.
What's he got in his tooth? What's the black thing?
There's a hole in his tooth.
Jesus, that seems like some dark past.
This poster is actually making me depressed.
Depressed?
Why?
I feel this sense of dread that we're about to watch this dreadful film.
Well, that's what we're aiming for, isn't it, really?
What do you think the IMDb rating for this film is?
I'm actually going to say...
4.3.
I'm going to go much lower. I'm going to say 1.2.
Ben, what are you going to throw in your chips at? The
I'd
IMDb rating is 6.5.
Wow. So it's actually not terrible.
According to Amazon Prime, which is how we're going to be watching this, it is rated 4 stars.
This video is not sponsored by Amazon Prime.
I must admit, I did not expect that.
Yeah, neither did I. When I was using my very valid research method, which is YouTube.
Again, other streaming services are available.
I've seen to have a lot of people saying that this movie was the kind of movie we need to watch for 3 reasons. First of all, it's animated, obviously, so you know it's going to be much more creative and more lucrative with its ideas than a live-action movie. All right, Sam, no need for the hands. Second, it's actually quite a modern film because it was only made 2 years ago.
Wow.
And most importantly, it was made in Pakistan.
Oh.
This is a Pakistan origin movie.
What? Sweatshops, basically?
No, like professionally.
Frame by frame.
No. This is by that. What I mean is that
a child was killed for every frame.
Well, I mean, we owe Pakistan a lot of things. Nothing comes to mind.
This is really. This really shows our cultural knowledge,
Sam,
guys.
Are we sure we want to go there?
Would you like me to?
No.
Would you like your shovel back, Sam? Would you like your shovel back from last episode?
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Shall we move on?
Let's get right into the news of this video.
George, never do that again.
I will take it.
No, I want to take it to him myself.
How is he holding that?
I have no idea.
That's a good point.
It's so dramatic. Why the thumbs up?
I don't know, it just is. The weirdest thing ever.
Do we think Donkey Mungo is the new king?
I think so, yes.
Okay, who's going to start?
Welcome back, everybody, and we have just finished watching something called The Donkey King, which was an animated film picked by our very own GT Studios. Lawrence, would you like to explain to us what Donkey King was?
Donkey King was
basically Marxism but animated. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Well, that's it. Good night, everybody.
So the main character is a donkey. I literally forget his name.
Mungu.
Mongu?
Mongo? Mangu?
My name is Mambo. No, it's not. It's Mongoose.
So Mongu is a donkey. He's kind of a sort of servant to the sort of monarchy that rules over this unnamed sort of civilization that has animals in it. He's like the absolute king, and his advisor Fox Lady wants him to have an election because she has some ulterior sort of motive going on.
What if we were to turn our great nation into a democracy and let the animals choose the king themselves?
So they have an election in which it's against the Donkey Kid and his son. The donkey ends up winning. When he rules the city, everything goes to shit basically, and this woman turns out is actually working for some kind of circus guy who turns up about an hour into the film. Everyone gets captured, but then Donkey Boy saves the day, and I guess it ends with them embracing socialism.
Because now our nation is under donkey. No. No. It's animal rule.
It's weird because they thought, he's the perfect candidate because of the bullfighting sequence.
That is a valid point. Yeah, they think that that's the only reason he was valid to be a king.
He killed the bull.
He did kill the bull.
Its head got squished by a statue.
Manslaughter. Bull slaughter.
To be fair, though, I think it's probably less gruesome than actual bullfighting.
That's fair. Yeah, that's true.
They just thought, that'll do. Some Donkey King, we can then control. I don't get it.
They were making him a puppet king. That's what they were trying to do there. They were trying to make him a puppet.
He's not a very smart guy, so that's probably the perfect person to sort of mold or sort of manipulate.
Exactly. That was the whole idea.
But he's got a good heart.
He kept daydreaming throughout the whole film.
You know what? That never came to anything. So throughout the film, there was this dream sequence he had where he'd imagine him having sexy time with this other donkey. I was imagining that by the end of the film there'd be a sort of a love person, a sort of a love interest, but that never came to anything.
It never happened.
So this is why George picked the film.
Sorry, it was so relatable to me.
This film was not anywhere near as bad as I was expecting.
Really?
When you showed us that poster, I was like, I am going to fucking kill you, George, for making us watch this crap. It wasn't a good film, but considering the poster and those animated creatures on there, I was expecting much worse.
What was that film? Was it Zootopia?
Yeah.
Zootopia. It was a bit like that.
You know what? It is a little bit actually, right down to the kind of social commentary sort of going on.
Except they prioritize more politics than racism.
Although actually they kind of brought racism into it a little bit. Well, you had that thing about him being a donkey, which I kind of perceived donkeys were sort of the lowest sort of minority in the civilization.
You come from a long line of donkeys who died poor. The same will happen to you.
This film was very fucking political.
Yeah, the 1% protesting.
They'll never let you become rich. The game is rigged against ordinary people. It's time for a change. Corruption, as we've seen, cannot continue. Down with the 1%.
You had the hyena bullying herbivores, bullying them to not stop voting.
Yeah, sort of voter suppression. So let's see, we've got fucking fascism, socialism, monarchy. We've got a lot of political sort of stuff in this film.
Yeah, it's quite heavy stuff for children.
Fitna did mention hypocrisy as well.
Hypocrisy.
I can't pronounce the word in my head.
Maybe hypocrisy is where the hippos get to rule the kingdom.
Did you guys keep wondering why I kept referencing Yu-Gi-Oh? I will not be banished to the Shadow Realm. After fighting Kaiba so much, I have failed the heart of the cards.
I just thought it was just you, to be honest.
No, because the guy that voices the king is known as Dan Green, and his most relatable work is actually with the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise.
Oh, is that Dan Green?
Yeah, that was Dan Green. That's why I kept making those stupid references.
I wonder why they didn't show him in the recording booth at the end.
I don't know either. Maybe he wasn't comfortable with them recording him in the booth. I don't bloody know. Ironically, they also say they named him Jay Snyder, which if you guys had noticed in the credits, they did reference him as Jay Snyder.
Have we got another, like, credit change again? We've had Arnold Strong, now we've got, like, James
I think that's
Snyder.
what they did. They gave him a credit change at the end, because I don't think he wanted to be associated with this movie. Because, my God. It surprisingly did very well.
I guess here's the thing, though, because you mentioned, like, this was from Pakistan. So I don't know how many animated movies, like, generally come out of Pakistan.
Very little.
Some would say too many.
I'd imagine, like, this one was probably more successful in Pakistan.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Since, like, well, I mean, obviously, I don't know. I don't know how many, like, sort of movies come out of Pakistan, but...
It might have been the equivalent of Shrek in Pakistan.
It might have been.
I feel like the jokes must have probably hit better in Pakistan as well, because I felt like some of it was lost in translation for us. Like the mattress.
Yeah.
When he's like, go get him, and he gets a mattress. Like, what was that all about?
Bring me that donkey! I said.
Why has he brought a mattress?
What?
I had no idea. There was no leading...
What's the joke?
There's also the idea of, they also showed how Mongu... Oh, that's right, Mongu's father. How did we not discuss that yet?
Can't spend my entire life dreaming of things that will never happen.
How dare you lose faith?
You're alive?
Of course not. You're dreaming, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a great deal to say about that other than, I don't know, it was like Yoda.
Then there was like the real evil big bad, the human ringmaster, which is what it is quoted as on the wiki page.
Who wants to, he wants to put them in a circus, but he also wants to, or was it the fox who wanted to sell them for, like, experiments?
I don't know what Fitna's motivation was.
Fitna was a bit of a weird character, because she kept breaking the fourth wall, like, about 9 times.
Little does the king know yet, but when the credits roll at the end of this film, I'll be the one sitting on the throne.
What if you mentioned, I don't know who it was, like, one of you mentioned, like, them doing a sort of House of Cards sort of thing?
That was me, yeah, I was just going to say, like, she was doing more fourth wall breaks than Kenny Spencer? Kenny Spencer?
No.
No, it's not Kenny Spencer.
It's Kevin Spacey.
Thank you.
Kevin Spacey.
I don't know why. For some reason, I thought Kenny Spencer. I don't know why. That was the name of him.
Can I just say,
Yes.
we already talked about Woody Allen in the last episode. Let's not talk about another one.
Yeah, agreed.
Good point.
Let's just leave it at that.
If your ears were where your eyes are and your eyes where you have ears, nobody would be able to see or hear anything, huh? If you
What?
What? How does that make any sense?
Oh, I get it now.
I don't get it now.
So, what did you think of the music?
Considering it was a musical, I thought it was pretty poor. They were basically just repeating the same lines over and over and over again.
Especially with the first one. With the fucking, we are washing up! We are washing up!
Washing the clothes, 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 washing the clothes.
It was catchy at the time, but I can't remember any of them now.
Yeah, but it's catchy because they keep saying the same word over and over again.
That does not matter, Lawrence. You don't understand the medium, man. You don't understand music. He doesn't understand.
How many Beatles songs can you name, George?
Okay. Strawberry Hill.
No.
What? Strawberry Hill is not a Beatles song.
Strawberry Fields.
Is it Strawberry Fields? Am I thinking of?
Strawberry Fields, yes.
Yeah, only because I just said it.
We have things like Donkey Raja.
Donkey Raja is like the let it go of this film. So the first one he did was obviously the washing up thing. 40 minutes later, we had that song when he was, the sort of election song, when he was like doing a dance off or sing off with the dickhead Prince guy.
Inky pinky bonky, time for the king to be a donkey.
Ah, ding-a-ding-a-da-da, ding-a-ding-a-da-da, lions are the king through history.
Would you rather have had more songs?
But yeah, probably. That's probably a positive. That's probably a positive, actually, we didn't have more songs. I really like the lyrics of this song, actually.
I like the part where they say washing the clothes.
It's catchy.
What did you think of the main character? Because he was kind of fucking unbearable for me. I don't know about you guys.
He's just so dumb, and what the unnecessary amount of like noises he makes with the honking and everything.
Oh, they. That almost turned into some kind of like a political kind of like soundbite in a way.
It did.
Like,
yeah,
I would point it out, like there was a bit where like he was doing that hee-haw and he was almost doing that kind of Nazi salute kind of thing.
Yes.
Do you remember we joined it?
Some of the animations were all right.
Some of it was terrible, though.
Yeah, sometimes they use the animations. You know, when they were clapping in unison, they like use the same animation for every one of those characters.
It's like that episode of Futurama with the Hypnotoad, when they're just like, they're hypnotized, just clapping in unison.
All glory to the Hypnotoad.
I think a good example was, was in the background of the arena. They only had like a handful of assets, and they just relayered multiple ones.
They had 2 Donald Trumps like sitting next to each other as well.
Yeah.
Notice that in one of the shots.
Over the shoulder of the king.
My God, there's 2 of them.
I'll be the best king of all time. The greatest. I will drain the swamp, because nobody will do it better than me.
It's kind of a weird thing we're mentioning with the human chap, the sort of the circus guy. They made that sort of statement about the her selling the animals to animal testing and the thing about animals being in cages. And I thought this has maybe some kind of like maybe animal rights kind of message to it, like animal treatment and everything. And then when I said that, Ben then pointed out that this film is actually sponsored by KFC.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Very tasty human rights.
That's one thing I wanted to ask. What was the actual message of this film? Because I feel like this is just a mismatch of messages, because they have kind of socialist sort of thing going on, with like down to the 1%, but you also have this kind of animal thing going on, vague racial issues going on.
Then there was obviously the follow your dreams thing, though, wasn't there, as well?
It kind of reminded me of Forrest Gump, how the donkey wasn't very, talented or had to work hard to get to his position. He just kind of stumbled into it.
That's the other weird thing as well, because he was running away from like these sort of humanoid balls, and then he ran into the Colosseum and he saw this like actual animalized ball.
Yeah, that was weird, how they're like anthropomorphic animals. And there's one that's actually acts like an animal.
Well, I don't know. He was intelligent enough to stand up and take a bow, but it was also stupid enough to get charmed by a snake flute.
Why did his uncle have that on his person?
Exactly. That was can we just talk about his uncle? He was a character and a half.
My nephew? That bull is gonna kill him. Who'll do the washing?
First, he was like this angry mentor. He's then this very excited and supportive. And my uncle, due to the fact is because of family inheritance, I presume.
He seemed to turn up like everywhere that he was kind of in trouble, because like he turned up in the middle of the road during that car chase.
When he kicked the fucking guy to like the ends of the earth or something.
What? Team Rocket!
What is going on? What is
Team
this?
Rocket blasting off again!
Meanwhile, we had a corrupt monkey news
the monkey news.
You are watching Monkey News.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
Yeah, I like how the monkey news presenter had like a change of heart. We report evil, we speak evil, see evil, hear evil. And then he has like a change of heart and says, no, now we've got to present the truth. We've got to present the goodness.
But what motivated him? What actually motivated him?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I know. Pictures of Spider-Man.
Probably.
That was good. I didn't see that one coming. Maybe just basically make himself look good so he wasn't get ratted out for his involvement.
No, it seemed genuine though. That's the thing.
A lot of things seem genuine in that movie.
What I mean is, the film presented his change of heart as a genuine thing.
Yeah, it did, but it didn't really happen though, did it?
That is insanely fast. Like, how fast do you need to be?
Wow, he's just...
You just see how fast he moves. This is like Naruto speeds right here, boy.
This film had some of the fucking worst pacing I have ever fucking seen. I'm not mean just in terms of like plot, just in terms of talking, because literally the moment someone finished talking, someone like goes in like, I want to be king. No, you should be king as well. Well, I should be king as well. So hard to do.
Get going. Forgot one. Wait.
You're alive?
Of course not. You're dreaming, which is good.
And you have to go out there and make promises.
But then I'd have to keep them.
Election promises are just like balloons.
Have you ordered the food yet?
What for?
What for? Let me explain it.
I do wonder though, like when Ben mentioned about another kind of lost in translation thing going on, because I'm wondering if maybe is it Pakistani? What's the language?
Urdu.
Okay. I wonder if like in Urdu language, if maybe they talk a lot faster. So maybe if we watch it in the original language, the pacing would be a lot more slower.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know. Tell you what, we're going to find out now, because I'm going to put the original thing in the edit and we'll find out.
A budgie hop?
खबरदार जो ख्वाब देखना बंद किए। लेकिन अब्बा सब गधे मेरा मजाक उड़ाते हैं।
तुमने सिर्फ वादे करने हैं वादे, पर वो पूरे कैसे होंगे? इलेक्शन के वादे गैस के गुब्बारों की तरह होते हैं। बिरयानी ऑर्डर कर दे भाई, वो क्यों भूखा दिमाग से नहीं।
Wow, I was right or one, depending on what the outcome is.
Well, yeah, listen, I mean, IMDb gives it a 6.5. Was it 6.5?
Well, there's two pages. There's the one for 2020, which gives it a 6.2, and then there's one for 2018, which gives it a 6.5.
I guess we should go with the 6.2 one then.
It is a film intended for children, and I think maybe children will watch anything.
So I guess then that the pacing makes more sense in that regard.
Not necessarily, because even like, you know, Pixar films have like brilliant pacing, and those are all for kids' films.
That is true. That's a valid point.
That's true.
Do you guys think it's worth the 6.2 rating with the kids kind of thing
Definitely
in mind?
not. I don't think we should give films passes just because they're for kids. There are excellent kids films out there, and also shit kids films.
I feel like the 6.2 is quite generous.
You can't handle our beats, but you need it. It was trapped in your bones, but we freed it.
Though I would like to point out one loop, one plot hole that I definitely noticed at the end of the story. When the king gave Mungu the actual like crown and confirmed him as the ruler, then Mungu just turned around and said, "You can be my commander-in-chief," which is basically the same role as a president.
I hereby state that you will be our new commander-in-chief. No one would dare defy my orders if they knew that you were around the palace.
So from the start of the movie, he's planning to retire, and now he's been given the power back by the king.
I mean, sort of, but I think weren't they talking about democracy?
Yes, the commander-in-chief has a lot of power, so that's the point. He was supposed to retire and just be left alone and just enjoy the rest of his days, but no, let's make him commander-in-chief so he can still retain power.
So what kind of system do they have now? Because I assume like he's still kind of got power, so it's still kind of monarchy-ish.
You could literally make a dartboard filled with like other political spectrums and just throw a dart at it while pissed, and you still would probably get a better answer.
Ben, you're the political expert. What kind of what kind of system do they have at the end of the film?
I mean, it looks like a monarchy still. It's not really democratic if he's the one who's choosing the officials. So I don't really know.
It's confusing. It's just so confusing. The plot is just all over the place.
I do wonder though if making it like a monarch you vote for was maybe to simplify it for kids.
A king's a dynasty, so it's passed down from family.
Oh yeah, true. But I was just wondering if maybe they made it like that just to, I guess, give kids an idea of politics.
It's easier for kids to digest.
I'm guessing so. I mean, it doesn't make sense whatever it is. Actually, you know what? It's probably just making it worse now, because now maybe kids are going to think that monarchs are electable.
I have no idea. I don't know if this is meant for adults or kids or whatever. It's just a bizarre
It's definitely not meant for adults, mate. I think it's pretty clearly targeted for kids. I wouldn't not say this film was so bad it was good. I found it really kind of tedious to sit through. I think I do admire it in a way for at least attempting to try and teach politics to children, but just the way it's done is just mind-numbing. It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. So for that reason, I'm giving this a fucking 2.
Well, at first, when I first looked at this movie, I thought to myself, this has intrigue. The first thing that stuck out for me was the lip syncing was awful for the dub.
Oh no, Uncle. My father said, anything is possible if you dream it. Let your dream shape your world.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that, have we?
like a kung fu movie again.
I've always done things on my own. Good.
The only thing I would say that was actually good was the set pieces and the actual textures and lighting. That was the only good animation part of it. It was just everything else, I think. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to give it I'm going to give it a bit of 3.3.
Yeah, I'd have to concur with the others in the group. There's no real moral to the story. It's just that if you act stupid and bumble about, you'll find fortune. The characters didn't have any charm to them. There's nothing that made them gel together either. So I feel like I'd have to give it a 2.
I thought it was going to go somewhere. He's going to rise to the top through a little bit of luck, a little bit of hard work maybe, and he's going to find out there's going to be some meaningful thing at the end about friends. And there wasn't. There was no payoff. You're bringing in random characters that there's no context to. There's no sort of motive for any of them. You just left thinking, well, what was the point in any of it? And despite it being a kids' film, there was nothing to push against, really. So for that reason, I'm giving it 2.83.
The writing wasn't just half-arsed, it was full-arsed.
Credits.
You gotta watch the movie. You gotta see what happened.
We just watched the movie.
What the?
What earth is going on?
What the hell was that?
Wow, that was definitely something.
If you enjoyed this video and you would like to leave a like and subscribe, please do. Appreciate it. If you don't, if you would like, well, I mean, if you post in the comments what film you'd like us to watch next, that would be also quite helpful.
Ideas.
So
go vote. Go vote! Go vote!
We'll see you next time, and remember, don't watch Donkey King. Just don't. Have a life.
Sound advice.
Figure out for yourself.
No,
Let's get that rating to 7.8.
Don't waste your life.
We can do this, guys. Come on, just you and me. So keep watching it again and again.
Washing the clothes, 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 washing the clothes.